In Call of Duty Cold War, there are plenty of missions to go around. Today in this video, I'm going to be going over every mission in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, ranked from worst to best. Welcome back to COD Trendy. Let's get into the video. Number 12, Fracture Jaw. This flashback mission puts you in the heat of the Vietnam War, throwing players back into the 1968 to the tune of Stephen Wolf's Magic Carpet Ride. While it's important to the narrative, the level feels out of place from a gameplay angle. It feels like the big battles one will find in any Call of Duty, versus the rest of the game's smaller, more covert missions. Number 11, The Final Countdown. While the last mission of the so-called good ending is most likely the canon one when compared to the other conclusion, it is not fun and feels like it comes from a different game. It starts with a cutscene of Adler and President Reagan reminding Bell how they are fighting for our freedoms, and then you set off into a haphazard war zone. For a secret terrorist organization, Perseus sure can make a lot of noise. To unlock this mission, players have to side with Adler and tell him the truth about Perseus' location. Number 10, Nowhere Left to Run. The first mission is also one of the weaker ones of the game, though it is great to get the bad stuff out of the way first. The most exciting part is the shootout on the rooftops of Amsterdam. Shortly afterwards, the player chases down an airplane prepping for takeoff. While the set piece is a nice spectacle, everything about the missions feels so on rails for a relatively non-linear campaign. Number 9, End of the Line. This mission sees Bell and the crew head to Cuba, a nice change of scenery from the Eastern European locations. It is bombastic from the get-go, with a nice combination of long-range combat and close shootouts. It ends with a climactic moment mowing down waves of oncoming enemies while waiting for a helicopter, and you are eventually forced to choose between extracting with one of the two supporting characters. Number 8, Operation Red Circus. This bonus mission adds the stress of a time limit, though it is extremely forgiving. It takes place in a single open area, making it stand out from the rest of the levels. You have to find the target hiding in one of the several locations, and the order is up to you. Taking out the target is not the end of it, however. Afterwards, you must pick a point for the helicopter to land and defend the spot until it arrives. Number 7, Desperate Measures. There are several methods of infiltrating the Lubyanka building in the first half of this operation. Because of this, it is worth playing through multiple times. The level also earns points by including cameos from Imran Zakhaev, Lev Kravchenko, and Mikhail Gorbachev. True to Call of Duty, the protagonist's cover is blown and they end up making a loud and deadly getaway. Number 6, Echoes of a Cold War. Taking place in Ural Mountains, Alex Mason and Frank Woods make their way through a ruined Soviet installation. It is one of the longer missions in the game, starting out stealthy as a duo before Mason is separated from his comrade. It ends with a climactic helicopter evacuation on top of a giant server, where you shoot enemies while being jostled around as the helicopter tries to lift up the heavy device. Number 5, Brick in the Wall. This is the first real mission to use stealth, and it is beautiful respite from the actions fans have come up to expect from the series. Not only is it an urban environment, but you're not shooting up the city streets. Instead, Bell sneaks through alleyways and buildings. There's also a bonus objective where you save an informant who is captured and choose whether to kill him or let him live. Number 4, Operation Chaos. The second bonus mission is set in the United States and sees Mason and Woods try and take down a spy ring set up by a US agent who defected. The stark contrast between the American desert and the typical game's Eastern European setting makes this one of the more memorable missions. Call of Duty rarely takes the action to the US, and when they do, it is usually because World War III just started. Number 3, Red Light, Green Light. This mission, set in western Ukraine, takes you through a Soviet base where they set up a fake American town for the purpose of training exercises, reminding one of the popular multiplayer maps, Nuketown. Frank Woods takes the opportunity to muse about the detail of this map, a particular highlight of this moment going through the arcade, which hosts a bevy of classic Atari 2600 titles. Number 2, Interrogation. This mind trip takes players back to Vietnam, but with a huge twist. The mission starts with Perseus' voice telling you not to listen to Adler, disobey what Adler commands, and the world starts to fall apart, with the environment changing and enemies turning into Adler. It ends with Bell waking up, learning the truth about their story, and making the choice whether or not to side with Adler or stay there and true to Perseus. Number 1, Ashes to Ashes. Obviously the non-canon ending because of the sequel's existence. Ashes to Ashes involves Bell siding with Perseus and absolutely annihilating Adler and his team. Despite being considered a negative ending, the mission is more fun than the Final Countdown and feels more complete lore-wise. Even though it is brief, by this ending you know more about Perseus and come face to face with him. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye and take care.